Monday morning, it's time to rise and shine. A new week is starting, and this is perfectly fine. Kickstart your Monday morning with news from Microsoft. Your friends Jerome, Ellen, and Eric are running the show. So wake up, it's 8 a.m. It's time to rise and shine. Jump into the shower and you will be feeling fine. So get up to work, at home or remote. Microsoft Monday morning show will never stop.
We need to do something about this tune, I think.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do.
It's not 8 a.m. yet.
No, it's
It's already beyond.
Yeah, I need to change it. I need to ask Copilot for a new song or what is it? What do I use for that? I think Sumo or something.
Yeah, Sumo.
Yeah, but good morning, everybody. Welcome to Microsoft Monday Morning Radio. This is your kickstart of the week, and welcome. It's been a while since we've been here, right, Ellen?
It has been. Yeah, and it's now 8:45, and this is also the new format.
Yeah. So why are we now at 8:45?
Yeah, so we have also recently, I think already 4 months, we have the NL Together weekly kickoff.
Yeah.
That's at 9:30.
Yeah.
So that's why we're starting now just before it, like pre-show, to make sure you get the latest and greatest of the week before. And we're of course always looking ahead into this week. Yeah, and I'm actually really excited by our kickoff today, or like the pre-show.
Why?
Because we have some amazing guests and new people in
We
there.
have new people, guests. We got everything.
New format.
New format.
Next week is going to be a new song, and then we're fully ready.
I feel the pressure. I think that's on me, right? Okay.
It is.
No,
it
perfect,
is.
perfect. We'll get it fixed. We'll get it sorted. But we also got a new host. He's just joining. Hello. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah,
Yes.
we got Kelvin over here.
Woo!
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Mhm.
So this is the new Eric.
Yes, this is a new area.
He looks better.
Yeah, that's already a good start.
Yeah,
Thomas.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
no
So-
worries.
So that's great. That's great.
So short introduction, Kelvin. Who are you?
Yeah, so short introduction, Kelvin Anselmo, 39, father of a 1-year-old, so a little hectic morning this morning. Solution engineer within Microsoft, so covering Copilot and the whole modern workspace, logically.
Oh, nice,
Amazing.
nice.
So lots to hear from you.
And welcome. So this is your Monday morning ritual is gonna
This
be
is,
like this.
going to be my Monday morning
Yeah.
ritual.
Where do you need to come from? From what city do you live in?
Haarlem. So
Haarlem.
close by,
Oh, that's still do. That's still do. But we also got an amazing guest today.
yeah.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, that's you.
thanks,
That's you, Alexander.
Thanks for having me, everyone. Pleasure to be here. My name is Alexander Viana. I'm the data center lead for Microsoft EMEA. Previous was a CSAM with the Netherlands team, and after that, the data center lead for Microsoft Netherlands. Now, since this fiscal, leading our DC capacity strategy for EMEA.
Wow.
Cool.
So we really have someone who actually knows things that can actually solve things that we need.
You come physically at the data centers then. That's
I wish.
oh you wish. Oh,
I thought we can arrange a tour now,
Yeah.
but shoot, we need to find someone else for that.
I know
I've been
people.
trying
I know
to get
people.
myself in there for a long time, but it's very hard, I must say.
Yeah.
Which
Because
is a
I-
good thing, though.
It's a good thing. It's safe and secure for our customers. So it's a great thing that we don't do the tours anymore from a security perspective. But of course,
And
it
we
would
like
be nice.
security here.
Yeah, we like security.
But you cover data capacity. You mean like
So-
what's your role about? What do you do?
So a couple focus on for my role, right? I was just right before we started. We are a centralized team at EMEA level, so there are 5 of us. I have 5 peers. As a team for EMEA data center team, we slice and dice in 2 different angles. One from a operating unit perspective. From an operating unit, I cover both the Netherlands and also France, meaning that anything data center related for those two OUs, I'm the go-to person. Be that DC capacity, be it service availability, even sovereignty sometimes. Anything that slightly or remotely touches on data centers, I'm the go-to person for those 2 OUs.
Okay.
And then from a program perspective, we divide ourselves in 5 pillars as well in the team. I lead our data center capacity strategy across EMEA. So how do we standardize? How do we do the escalation process? Very hot topic right now.
Yeah.
How do we optimize the capacity that we have across? How do we make decisions across which customers to allocate capacity to? And how do we also plan with our largest customers?
Yeah.
To
And that's
accommodate?
across the board. So everything that runs on a data center. So let's say
Yeah, across
I
the
have
board,
like a problem with Sentinel data lake capacity.
How can that be?
I'm just thinking out loud.
I know
Just-
that's a real one.
just thinking out, I don't know how it came up to me, but let's say that happens.
Top
That-
of mind.
Then we call you, or we just flag it to you, or how does that work?
You follow there's a standardized escalation process.
Yeah.
all through UAT. For the ones that are familiar with it, we have actually standardized it globally since the beginning of this fiscal. So there was a big push because it was very decentralized, let's say, escalation process for capacity.
Very happy about it. Yeah.
And whoever shouted the loudest would normally be the one that would get the candy.
Okay.
Now we have really standardized across the board, so we have a very clear process through UAT for capacity escalations. Sentinel case is very hot right now, I must say.
Yeah. Well, I get it like
Yes.
on a daily basis in my work. I get this question. Like, we're doing all these campaigns about Sentinel Data Lake.
Yes.
Then people say, sounds nice, I want it. And then we're like,
Yeah.
and so
No,
that's a little bit of a thing.
Exactly, but in this case, it's really following the process through UAT, and then sometimes Sentinel Data Lake, of course, takes a lot of collaboration with engineering as well because it's heavy product group involvement. So I'll coordinate and orchestrate for the team what is needed from product group, help, say, give a nudge as well so they move the right direction a little bit faster sometimes when we need it. And those are the type of actions that I would take in, especially in this case. But when it comes to, let's say, pure regular compute capacity, that's a lot simpler, where we work direct, my team or myself for the Netherlands, work directly with engineering on what is possible to bring to our customers to unblock them.
And what is the message that you want us to convey to customers when we get the odds? Like, oh yeah, I want to start with Sentinel Data Lake. We of course say, yes, of course you can. But how to proceed next? What would be the narrative that you would recommend?
So I'll make your question a little bit more broader in terms of customer narrative for everybody, not necessarily only for the Sentinel
Yeah,
Data Lake
exactly.
case, but for everything. So what I would really suggest is
Bit
to
closer, yeah.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Is to lead with the two broader narratives, right? One, capacity challenges are an industry challenge. This is not a Microsoft challenge. There's a hyperscaler industry challenge that both Microsoft and our competitors have been facing across the board, across Europe, across Americas, and across Asia, because of the scale that we are expanding. It's a luxury problem to have from an industry perspective, but at the same time, is of course, very difficult for our customers and causes disruption. But it's a industry problem. It's an industry challenge, not a Microsoft challenge.
No.
And then at the same time, because we, of course, as Microsoft, will take ownership to solve our part of the challenge, we are investing day and night, almost all the resources that we have to mitigate that and to solve that as soon as possible. So my advice to the team is really to lead with a positive narrative. Think about all the data center launches that we've done in the last year alone. We launched a brand new data center in Austria. We launched a brand new data center in Belgium.
Yeah.
We have Denmark coming on the 10th of March. We have Saudi Arabia coming also in 6-7 months from now, if I recall correctly. We have Greece launch coming up. We have Finland. We have another region in Spain. We are expanding our existing data centers as well. The investment that we are doing as Microsoft is at unprecedented scale.
Yeah.
In Europe and across the board.
So there's light at the end of the tunnel.
There is a lot of light at the end of the tunnel. Of course, data centers take a long time. We cannot build data centers overnight, unfortunately. So all those investments do take a few years until we see the results of them. But there's light at the end of the tunnel, and we are, as Microsoft, we're investing very aggressively to bring that light, the end of the tunnel, as soon as possible. And we're also, from a hyperscaler perspective, we do have the largest infrastructure. We are the hyperscaler with the largest investments, with the largest number of cloud regions. So we are leading the way. It's not it's not easy for our customers. It creates disruption, but we are on the forefront of it. We have a very clear plan, and we're investing all we can to create at least disruption as possible for all of our customers.
Great, amazing to hear, and it's great to see that there's a lot of potential, and that we are getting there, and that the capacity is being plugged in, because it's a big issue. To be honest, right, for us, it's a big issue, because we got this amazing stuff going up, but we cannot roll it out, and then we have to go through an escalation path. And nobody likes escalation paths, to be quite honest. But also, it takes a lot of time, right?
Yeah,
for everybody here at the table who goes through these kinds of escalations. You want to prioritize your customer first. Like now, the rollout, I think you have the same with E5 and then Security Copilot.
Yeah.
What is free? There's also like a
Phased approach.
on that. And of course, we can then prioritize customers but every customer wants to be prioritized, so that doesn't really help. So it's good that we get to that volume. And you do a lot with Copilot, so
Exactly,
you swallow like everything that we got in data
every type of
capacity.
GPU capacity that you want, we have it. So,
Yeah.
So if
apologies
you
for
need
that.
GPUs, that's you should hire this guy.
I'm not sure
Yeah.
you should be that proud to.
yeah. So
He has a lot to learn.
Yeah.
He's new. he's
every
still,
sense of the way.
he's still in his proefperiode,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
in his trial period. So yeah.
But Alexander, I know you almost have to leave because, well, you learned us already that there's a lot going on and a lot of busyness on your side. Is there a last takeaway that you would give to Microsoft Netherlands, to the field, or how we can help you, or how we can soften the approach, or create more urgency by creating UACs?
I think the message is twofold as well, right? One, of course, to be proactive. Like I said, there's a challenge. There is a challenge. We acknowledge there's a challenge. There's nothing that we're hiding. We have all of our cards on the table as Microsoft and as an industry as well. So be proactive. Have the conversation with your customers. Help them understand how we can help them and how we will help them. Because that builds the trust that we as Microsoft, we are in this together. It's a partnership and we're not leaving our customers hanging because of the challenges that we are facing as an industry.
Yeah.
So again, be proactive. Never easy conversation. I know it's a lot more fun to talk about all the incredible things that we can do with Copilot, with end-to-end transformation, with agentic AI. But it's a necessary conversation to build that trust and relationship with our customers. And then number two, when things do become challenging, do follow the process, because the process does work. And we know it's not perfect. We know there's still a lot of things to improve. And if you have any feedback, always bring it to me. But follow the process because it has been working very
Great.
well for most of our customers. It's the best way to get your customer unblocked as soon as possible.
Great.
And
to
that's
hear.
what we want to hear.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's what we hear.
So good.
So thank you so much, Alex, and thank you for
having
being
me.
here. I think it's
My
time for a
pleasure.
song that we're gonna play. And
Yeah.
a lot of people went on a holiday last week, and
Yeah.
they went snowing. And some people, they lost their husband. So where the hell is my husband?
I already thought.
My ambitions. I only feel taking time with other women that ain't me, but I've been refusing. And I can't just wait till I got my hands on it. I'ma tell him I'm too far. No, he got me waiting, anticipating, praying to the Lord to give him to my loving home. Till it's fire fresh days, just sneak me, completely. Oh, my heart yearns for you. Is he far away? Is he okay? This man is testing me. Help me, Lord. I need you to tell me, baby, where the hell is my husband? What is taking him so long? Before I get oh, baby, where the hell is my lover? Getting down with another. Tell him if you see him, baby, if you see him, tell him. He said, how do you acrobatics and sipping my dress at 2 a.m. and I'm tired of living like this. He must be out of getting ready, trying to fix up his tie. Hello, this way your wife is way. Till I get your heart going, I'ma turn it up too far. Much I'm gonna love ya, no one above ya. Pray to the Lord to hurry you along. Baby, I ain't telling rush, just need me. Oh, my heart yearns for you. Is he far away? Is he okay? This man is testing me. Help me, Lord. I need you to tell me, baby, where the hell is my husband? What is taking him so long? Before I get oh, baby, where the hell is my lover? Getting down with another. Tell him if you see him, baby, if you see him, tell him. He said, tell him I'm kind, tell him I'm fine, tell him I got brown eyes and a grown fit. If he doesn't find me now, I'm gonna die. Don't you penny? Hurry up, yes. I want it. I'm like a ring. I'm gonna take a diamond ring. I'm gonna wear it, finger around it like a big shiny diamond. I can wave around and talk about it. I want to think and forgive me, cause I can never doubt it. Until death, I do. I see a bite. This man is testing me. Help me, Lord. I need you to tell me, baby, where the hell is my husband? What is taking him so long to find me? Oh.
husband is coming.
Ray, where the hell is my husband? So, Ellen,
So, yeah.
where's your husband? Oh, you're not married yet.
No, not married yet.
Almost.
No, I
almost.
got my dress this weekend.
Oh
I
God.
picked it up.
Really?
So, yeah.
Yeah.
It was exciting.
Oh,
yeah.
You are like. Did
Yeah,
you
I
really
got
say
to
like?
wear it again.
Yeah. Did you say yes to the
I
dress?
said
Literally.
yes to the dress.
Did
Yeah,
you do that whole shabby
I
thing?
had the full experience.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
God.
Yeah. it
And
was
were people
really nice.
crying when they looked at you? Oh God. Oh no.
Yeah, I had the full one. Didn't
yeah,
expect it.
yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
And is it like they see on the television show where you have the champagne in your hands and all
Well,
your girlfriends and your mother and your
popped
mother
our
are
own
like,
champagne.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
well. That's kind of stuff.
Now you have a bit of a different type of picture of me. No, it wasn't too girly in that sense. No, but there were some tears. Yeah,
There were tears.
Yeah, there were
Not
tears.
like the bubbly thing.
No.
That's like
no, not
that's
that
the only
one.
reason I would join.
Yeah.
Go like, okay, don't get something to drink.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. But in the meantime, we actually have a guest switch.
Really?
Yeah,
we do
Alexander
these
had to
things.
go.
We can switch guests.
We have a full program today.
Oh,
It's
jeez.
amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead. Who do we have here?
Yeah, Azar, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Really happy to be here.
Yeah, thank you. And we actually invited you because there was last week so much discussion about sovereignty. So maybe good to better understand first your role,
Yes.
and then indeed everything about the sovereignty discussion that we had and that's upcoming with many customers.
Awesome. Yeah, happy to speak to that. So first of all, Azar Koulibaly, GM and Associate General Counsel in SELA, and particularly leading our government affairs efforts, but also coordinating our broader SELA efforts in Europe North and the Netherlands. And so based here in Amsterdam. And I deal with sovereignty basically every day of my life. So it's a constant conversation, both here in the Netherlands and all other parts of Europe as
Ladies
well.
and gentlemen, we got him.
Yeah, we
Yes,
have the
indeed.
right person to talk to.
And so I can say that there is a lot going on. I know Rolf obviously last week presented on some of the updates and kind of what's happening in the world of sovereignty when it comes to our solutions. But there just is a lot. So I think actually what was most important to me, at least from what I heard from Rolf last week, was that we have some field readiness materials. There's actually stuff for folks who are trying to figure out what is going on. There's places for them to go. I think we've done a lot of work in the last 2 to 3 months really to make it so there is more for folks to go look at. I think first and foremost, when you mentioned that you have the Viva Learning courses, I highly recommend people go check those out, of course. But perhaps most importantly, what's made me most excited is what we have on Seismic now, which is being updated constantly. But really in the last week, there's been a couple of batches of really big things that have hit Seismic. And the thing that's probably most important, the two most important things there, I'd say, one is a brand new conversation guide so you can talk to customers about exactly what is sovereignty, when Microsoft thinks about sovereignty, how we've built products that solve for sovereignty, and we'll get a bit into what that even means. And then secondly, what I think is very important, because there are so many updates, things are coming fast and furious.
Yeah,
This is every week there's a new update, a new feature, a new launch, a new public preview, is the sovereignty roadmap on Seismic. And so it actually kind of shows folks throughout the next, I think, 3 quarters of the calendar year, what is coming and when. It's not to be shared directly with customers. I want to say that right now, but it is really, really helpful for everyone to take a look at so that they're not waiting for the next announcement to come from a major conference or event.
Yeah.
They can actually kind of look ahead, and when they're having that strategic conversation with their customers, actually understand when something is going to launch or be available. So go check all that stuff out on Seismic. I think majority of the big stuff that I think customers are going to be most interested in this space will come in the Azure and M365 local and local disconnected spaces. But again, all of that's in the Seismic material, so go check those out.
Yeah, you even have a Mythbuster file. I saw it.
Yes,
So,
it's
yeah.
really, really good stuff. And I think, again, for a lot of folks will come to SEAL or others asking questions, which is always great. We love to have it. But I think if you go to these materials first, you might get them answered much faster.
It's a good pre-read.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, that's a good one. Because what is the most misunderstood concept when we talk about sovereign cloud?
Oh, how long do we have on this radio show?
No, I think here
Take as long as you want.
I was
We're
gonna
here.
say, longer than it took you to try out dresses, I think, is how long it would take me.
I get the champagne.
There we go. So as long as there's champagne, I'm here all day for sovereignty conversations. But no, in all seriousness, I'd say the biggest misconception here is that sovereignty is some kind of single feature. I think often when I'll talk to folks in the sales teams, they'll say, I'll go in and the customer wants a sovereign solution. And so I come back and I'm like, what is that solution? I said, honestly, it really depends, right? I think sovereignty is not one thing, not one feature or one product. And it's very different for different customers. And so what I always tell folks is first and foremost, we really need to get to the why. Why is this topic coming up? Why is the customer saying they want something sovereign? And if you dig in a bit and try to understand exactly what's behind this request, you start to figure out what are they actually looking for. It might be additional privacy controls. It may be just broader control over what's happening location-wise, encryption, and things like that. Often it's a security concern, or maybe even a business resilience and continuity concern. And that will allow you, if you really go through the why, to then get to the what and the workloads. And that's why you can really dig in, do some continuity planning with the customer, and figure out, okay, which workloads actually need certain solutions, which don't. How sovereign, and putting this in quotation marks, do you need to be, and where does that need to be the case? And then which products and solutions do we then have for you? But if you don't get into that why, and I think it's often the scary part sometimes, because people say, okay, I want sovereignty, I'm worried about X, Y, and Z. The initial reaction is to kind of, step back. And then I think we actually need to step forward and really dig in with our customers, understanding their why.
What is the definition?
Yeah. What does it mean to them? Right.
Yeah.
And then we can figure out what solutions and products and services we have to help solve their problem.
Yeah, and people are really busy with it. It's kind of funny. We were not kind of funny, but we were at the coffee, and first thing we were talking about is like sovereignty. We were talking about the municipality of Amsterdam. We were talking about France, and a lot of people. So there's a lot of stuff that's happening, and it's a difficult discussion.
Yeah.
And also in our personal life,
people get it, ask it as well.
I don't go to birthday parties anymore because
you're also not that fun to have at birthday.
If there's champagne, he would be.
Yeah, exactly. That's the reason.
What did I do? What did I do? You hate
fired.
me? Yes, shots fired. Yeah,
It's a Monday morning again.
Yeah, Monday morning
We're back at it.
But basically, that's the issue people are seeing, right? They go like, what can I discuss and what's really out there? So I think it's good we have the content, but these are real life things that's happening.
Well, and what I always feel really good about is because of all the work we've done in the last year and a half on this subject to really build real solutions. And this gets back to the why, but even in birthday parties or wedding dress try-ons or whatever you may be doing with champagne in your hand, I actually feel really good to be working at a company like Microsoft that is actually trying to solve these problems.
Yeah.
I mean, ultimately that's what we are, right? An engineering company trying to help people, be better and achieve more, and ultimately we solve the problems that allow them to do so. And so when folks bring these things up, and that's what gets back to the why, like let's dig in on that, really listen, be empathetic, and understand why they're having these concerns, and then figure out how we can help.
That was kind of funny. I work for the EMEA organization, and I was in Denmark, and we had a CISO roundtable over there, and it was just in the timing that Greenland's kind of thingy.
Yes.
So it was a difficult discussion to have, to be quite honest. Yeah. So it's not only here, but it's everywhere.
No, and like I said, I cover Europe North, and so Denmark is one of my countries, and have spent a lot of time there having some really hard conversations, but good conversations at the end of the day as well.
And how do you make that shift of like customers that are a bit more skeptical and think about that red button being pushed and that type of conversation? How do you bring them along to just think into solutions together?
Yeah. Well, I think first and foremost, what doesn't help is to say, well, that's not a problem. Let's ignore this. You're wrong. Or, you're being emotional or you're being irrational.
It's a lot about emotions.
Yeah. I think that's the initial reaction, especially, in my space, thinking like, okay, that's never going to happen. Why are we having these conversations? But that doesn't help, right? So I think first and foremost, don't push back, lean in. And I think that helps get people to a place of saying, okay, well, here's how I feel. Here are the concerns I have. Here's what my board or my CEO or CIO said, and here's why I have an issue. And you won't get to the good conversations if you don't work through the tough conversations. Yeah. So I think that's the first part, is really digging in there. And then I think once you get past that initial phase of folks just wanting to explain their concerns and their fears, what helps you shift then is to let them know that we are looking to solve for those fears. I think if we actually say that and are really open about that, then it allows folks to say, okay, well, if you're looking to solve it, let's work together on that solution, as opposed to thinking of someone pushing back, saying, well, that's not really an issue. And then they don't feel that you're there to help them. And so I think that helps you then shift into it. And again, especially as I kept saying, go to the seismic page, look at the roadmap. We are building so many things that solve many of the concerns that sit within this broader sovereignty space. And so I think you can have really good conversations once you do that leaning in.
Yeah. And it also, I think, in the end helps into the relationship building, because when you go through tough times and really work together through something. So I think from the ATU, it's also a very nice hand gesture to actually, and I'm not sure if the recommended approach is to proactively go to customers around this topic?
No, I mean, I always say, especially in the Netherlands, or if you're speaking in Denmark, it would be hard to avoid this conversation, I think, with most customers.
Yeah.
Whether they're saying it to you or not, if you're in an ATU position, they're definitely reading it in the newspapers. They're definitely speaking about it at birthday parties.
Yeah.
It is on the nightly news. It is a constant conversation in their world. And so if we're pretending that it's not there, it's probably not helping us. And I think, again,
you need to build also the empathy, because you understand what's going on, right? If just thinking out loud for yourself of what's happening in the world, and we see this happening, and there are a lot of examples. And what do we do? So I think getting the emotion out first and be empathetic on the fact that the emotion is real and that's there, then you can have the conversation.
Exactly. And again, we should be very proud of it. I think people should not shrink away from this, but we've been very public about this. We have our European digital commitments. We had Satya here about a little bit less than a year ago, speaking as to the new features we're bringing out in Sovereignty. So it's not as if we don't have a lot of really good things to say in these conversations.
It's a work in progress.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's a great idea to say, hey, when you're sitting with your customers anyway, and they're talking about what they're reading in the news or concerns they may have, they've given them sovereignty concerns, to say, yeah, have you seen all the great work we're doing in that space? And if you have any questions, I think it's nothing wrong with that. And it also allows you to have the conversation at a lower level of heat, if you will, right?
Absolutely.
In the meantime, I'm actually looking into Seismic. So is it correct that I can find it as part of business value resources when I search for Sovereign Cloud?
Yes, I think there's actually a whole sovereignty page which has everything on it. I think
Perfect.
I don't know if
Microsoft Sovereign Cloud page.
There you go. It has everything: the conversation guides, the Mythbusters, the roadmap. Again, I'm going to keep coming back to the roadmap because it's so nice to see that all in one place. Here's everything we're launching. Here's what that means for your customers.
There's even more documentation than there is on data security investigations, the part that I'm for Microsoft Purview for. So I'm actually very happy to see this.
It's good to see, right? Yeah.
And you need to step up. That's also
maybe as well.
Yeah. Didn't mean to get you in trouble there.
And maybe when looking ahead, so this week there is the AI tour in Munich, and there's also got to be announcements regarding the Sovereign Cloud and Resilience Studio. What is that exactly? What does it entail? Because we have one in Amsterdam as well.
We're lucky to have one here. I know Joris Haverkoorts has done great work building it out. So I know here, and obviously in Munich and then in Brussels are the three that kind of the originators of this concept. It's a space, again, since it is such a huge issue, I think for many customers, especially in the Netherlands, but also around Europe, a space to bring them in and put some reality behind all the words and blog posts and announcements that we have around what sovereignty and resilience can mean for them. I think having that experience in an innovation hub environment can often really bring it to light in a new way for them. And I love that we call it not just sovereignty, but sovereignty and resilience. Because quite often, I think once you get to that why, again, thinking it starts with the emotional, I read this in the news, it moves into the why, and then we really dig into the, okay, what does this mean for you? And often when we get to that phase of the conversation, what we find is that it's not a sovereignty concern, it's actually a resilience concern. And what they want to do is resilience planning and business continuity planning. And we are a partner in those conversations. And I think that's what's really amazing about the work you can do in the studio here in the innovation hubs, is to really start those conversations in a much more detailed and earnest manner. So super excited about that. Again, we're lucky to have that already here in Amsterdam and Munich and Brussels, and it's going to be expanding in multiple waves across Europe into all the innovation hubs.
I'm going to have a look this week.
Super cool. Yeah, it's already up and running. And Joris has done fantastic work.
I will be in Munich, so
even better.
From the other side.
You can check out a different one as well.
Exactly.
So that's awesome.
You can compare.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What's this? Yours, this is better.
You give Joris the
Give him a
homework.
hard time. Yeah, he loves that.
And as we're almost close to 9:15, and in 15 minutes we have a new NL Together weekly kickoff, what would be the call to action that you would have?
Yeah, I think, like I said, go to Seismic, do the learning. It's interesting. I think it's super helpful. It's very, fit for purpose, as we say. It's not, hours and hours and hundreds of pages of documentation. It's really important to get down to that, understand what's here, what we have to offer, and lean into these conversations. So learn and lean in. I'll keep it that way.
That's perfect. And there's also talking about empathy and how to cope with that. There are also some influence trainings. I got those trainings this week. So I think a lot of you have this also as a mandatory training in your learning. So also look at that. And if you don't have them, please look them up, because they're really interesting to see how to work with push and pull information and empathy and how to cope with that and stuff like that. So it's really cool to see. So there's a lot of things you can do.
Let's elevate your listening and situational fluency skills.
Exactly. You also got them.
You're on point. You're on point.
Still have to do it. 31st of March.
Learn, lean in, and listen. There you go.
So you got a month left to get it all done.
Nice. I think this was it for today.
Really?
Are we gonna have another song?
Do you want another song?
I'm gonna go to a concert tonight.
Oh, what concert?
Jason Derulo.
That's the guy who always says his own name before he starts a song,
Yes,
right?
that's the only thing that I know. Yeah, a friend of mine is going and she asked me to join. Apparently, we're going to be in Golden Circle, so I need to get some songs up
You need
to
to step
speed.
up your game today.
Ellen
Yeah,
has
yeah.
a very interesting life. Wedding dresses and Jason Derulo concerts.
Yeah,
Like, wow.
And I love Jason Derulo. So let's do In My
Yeah.
Head, right? It's here he goes. He says his name.
Jason Derulo.
There we go.
Thank
See you
you
next
so
week.
much for joining.
See you next week, guys.
Everybody's looking for love. Oh, ain't that the reason you're at this club? Oh, you ain't gonna find a date with him. No, I got a better solution for you, girl. Oh, just leave with me now. Say the word and we'll go. I'll be your teacher. I'll show you the ropes. You'll see a side of love you never known. I can see it going down, going down. In my head, I see you all over me. In my head, you fulfill my fantasy. In my head, you'll be screaming no. In my head, it's going down. In my head, it's going down. In my head, yeah. In my head, oh yeah. Some dudes know all the right things to say. When it comes down to it, it's all just game. Yeah. Instead of talking, let me demonstrate. Yeah. Get down to business and skip for play. Yeah. Just stay with me now, say the word and we'll go. We can go. I'll be your teacher, I'll show you the ropes. You'll see a side of love you never known. I can see it going down, going down. In my head, I see you all over me. In my head, you fulfill my fantasy. In my head, you'll be screaming no. In my head, it's going down. In my head, it's going down. In my head, break it down. Come on. Let's go. You're singing to me, baby, in my head right now. She'll be screaming out when it all goes down. Just sleep with me now, say the word and we'll go. We can go. I'll be your teacher, I'll show you the ropes. You'll see the side of love you never know. I can see it going down, going down. In my head, I see you all over me. In my head, you fulfill my fantasy. In my head, you'll be screaming no. In my head, it's going down. In my head, it's going down. In my head, I see you all over me. In my head, you fulfill my fantasy. In my head, you'll be screaming no. In my head, it's going down. In my head, it's going down. In my head.
See you in the next episode of Hack the Hoax.